can see fierce villains, incredible battle machines, and the most famous heroes in the galaxy.
Well, second most famous.
Right now, at participating Taco Bell locations, you can get one of these cool Star Wars Episode 1 collectible toys. One in every Taco Bell kids meal you buy.
Okay, so that next commercial. So as I said before, a couple companies decided to promote this movie. The first one that we did a little while ago was for Pizza Hut. This time it was for Taco Bell. Same toys in general. Like basically, I guess each one of these companies probably basically did the same toys. It's just that they have their own spin on the commercial, but overall it's the same general clip. But there's a couple of differences, obviously, in which toys are focused a little bit more. Like, the one that takes care of young Anakin. That one's like shown a little bit closer in this one compared to like in the Pizza Hut one, I believe. But overall, it's mainly the same. And then there's also like the whole entire Chihuahua that's in it's in the commercial that was a big deal back in the 90s with Taco Bell, because Taco Bell did a lot of commercials featuring that Chihuahua or just Chihuahuas in general, because that for a long time used to be the mascot. A Chihuahua used to be the mascot because they used to connect with Taco Bell because of like the Mexican kind of background and how like that's where they're supposedly from or whatever. It makes some sense. It's an interesting thing, and it would be interesting to see if they would ever bring it back, the Chihuahua thing. I don't know why they stopped it in the first place. If you're wondering, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you could look it up pretty easily. I actually didn't look it up, and I'm not going to necessarily because I have no reason to. But it is interesting, and yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's that was their attempt at creating their own kind of mascot without being racist, obviously. Because like if they wanted to be racist, they would get like a sombrero hat dancer or something like that. Or something not so, appropriate. And I know that I went there, but like, sort of. Just understand this now. I don't know. Let's keep going.
It's you against the Trade Federation in the Naboo escape game. Break through and win freedom for the Royal Starship. Now you can test your racing skills in the Pod Race Challenge game. Customize a pod racer, then burn across the desert against Anakin and other pilots. Now it's your universe with the Star Wars Episode 1, Naboo Escape, and Pod Race Challenge games. Each sold separately, batteries not included.
Okay, so that was the Naboo Escape and the Pod Race Challenge. It's sort of like one of those old things that, like, there was like the watch kind of machines. It's those machines that have like the very simplistic controls. It's gonna be very, very minor functionality. It's gonna have a very simple system. It's not gonna last long. And those were somewhat common toys. I think they were made by like Tiger or something like that. Like that was the company. I forgot the name of it. I mean, a lot I think it was Tiger or some other company made a lot of those toys. I don't remember the name of it. It was some sort of it was a name related to like or Cheetah or something like that. I think it was like that, some company like that, like made a lot of those kind of toys or whatever. I'm not sure if they made those specific ones, but I'm just thinking of like the general theme of things and how that was a common thing. So yeah, so that was that commercial, showing off that kind of stuff, and obviously those are two big scenes from the movie, so they clearly thought of themselves, those are huge scenes in the movie. Let's go out of our way and create toys that can function in that regard, and have smaller electronic toys that probably don't cost too much, that any kid could probably purchase without having to spend too much money in order to use them. So nothing too fancy, but good enough. So that was a okay commercial though.
The world of Star Wars Micro Machines puts you in control of the battle for Naboo.
Roll in the MTT.
The Trade Federation unleashes a battle droid attack. But Naboo's not defenseless. You grab control of the Naboo fighter and set up for the attack run. Now Anakin's got the MTTs in his sights. The Force is with him.
Let's save the planet!
Can the droids be destroyed? You decide. Micro Machines, your rules, your world. Star Wars Micro Machines action fleet vehicles, each sold separately.
Okay, so that was for the Micro Machines, which, if you guys don't remember already, I did a bunch of those back when I would do my Transformers series, so, I talked about those a bunch. So this is not the first time we've seen those on this channel, Micro Machines, so it does make sense that they would do that, especially with the whole entire pod racing thing being a huge deal in the movie, and that was really one of the big highlights of the movie that everyone always remembers when they think of this movie. That, and obviously, like, the end of the movie, which, is definitely an interesting situation. I'm not going to go into detail for those that haven't seen it, which, if you haven't, even though it's not considered a movie that I would say go out of your way and watch, if you want to watch it, do it. I just, if you're people that are all against it and all that, you can go against it and choose not to watch it. But if you want to watch it, go for it. I'm not saying no. I'm not. It's up to you. I've watched it. I've watched all the movies, but watch it if you want. So perfectly good commercial, showing off those pod racers, showing off all those things. Definitely another toy commercial, oddly enough. Again, I thought there was a lot less. I guess episode 1 still had a little bit of that going on, but I know that by episode 3, it's starting to get a little less comic. There's a little bit, but it's starting to go away. And then you'd think, well, what next would be Force Awakens, right? And I've already looked into that a little bit, and most of those commercials do not have toys in them. So, well, actually, pretty much all of them don't have toys in them. So don't really expect any toys there other than maybe a lightsaber. Like, that's the closest we'll get to a toy. So, all right, let's keep going.